Hello everyone, I'm Sean, alright, and this is Everyday Food Reviews. We've got another energy drink review for you today on Dark Thunder Original and Dark Thunder Zero Blast. Now, I've spoken to a few people about energy drinks. You know, talk to my friends, talk to people I meet, and a lot of people aren't as into them as I am. Obviously there's people on the internet, which is great, people who watch this channel, people on Reddit, but generally day to day I don't come across many people who are really into energy drinks. But one thing I do hear a lot is, you know, I'm not really into energy drinks, I don't really drink them, but I do like the one they do in ALDI. I say that the Dark Thunder, they say yeah. Say okay. So I know it's in 500ml cans and I know it's quite cheap, I know it's 59p or something for a can. But I've never really tried it before. I think I might have had it once years ago. Yeah, it's not something I bothered with. I'm imagining it's going to be very much like a Red Bull clone, you know. It's just going to be Red Bull and sugar-free Red Bull. They are 500ml cans and they are very cheap. The original one has per can 18 grams of sugar, so it's not loaded with sugar. I mean, per can that's less sugar than the Rockstar, and they reduced the sugar in the Rockstar quite a bit. It's got 30 milligrams of caffeine per 100ml, so a little bit less than usual, little bit less than the standard 32. But yeah, we'll start with the sugar-free one, I think. No, we'll start with the original. Start with the original. Just these are big cans. I'm gonna just try a bit of each one and then put the rest in the fridge for later or tomorrow or something. Okay, so looks like Red Bull, sort of that yellow apple juice sort of colour, and it smells like a cheap Red Bull. The can's quite nicely designed. It's not textured or anything, but it does have this black and grey pattern with the logo in green. It's probably most reminiscent of a Relentless can. It's not exactly a wing design, but it's kind of reminiscent of a bird there or something. Although the pattern's in the background, it's got a sugar skull there, it's got roses. That's kind of like a Monster Ultra can, but it's not textured. So they've taken a couple of different inspirations with the can there, I think. It says carbonated mixed fruit flavour energy drink with taurine, caffeine and B vitamins with sugar and sweeteners, but that's what they say on all of them. All of them that are just, you know, the Red Bull rip-off flavour. Cheers. Yes, it smells like, you know, it smells like Boost Original. Okay. Well, it doesn't taste quite how I thought it would. That tastes like it's got a lot more sugar than it has. If I was to compare that to something I've had before, I would say it's most similar to the Mutant Gold Strike that we reviewed. It was a drink from Vietnam. Mutant is sort of Monster's branding over there, much like Relentless and Burn that we have in the UK and Europe. We got, you know, Monster, and then in Vietnam and some territories you've got Mutant. I'd put a link to that video, but that's the video that we accidentally didn't record. We'd accidentally left the video, the camera recording from the previous video, and then when we got up to press record we actually stopped it recording. But this tastes like that. It's kind of very sweet. It tastes like it's got a lot more sugar in it than it has, and it's got a sort of smoothness like a cream soda or a float or something. It's got that sort of smoothness to it that doesn't really come across in the smell at all, but it's coming across in the taste. That's really quite odd. But yeah, for the price of it, that's all right. If you find, I mean, they've got the same colour scheme as Monster. You know, it's black and green, and then the sugar-free one's black and blue. You know, that's similar to the Monster. The logos aren't similar to the Monsters, but the colour scheme's like Monsters. It's in the big cans like Monsters. So maybe I would expect it to be more like a Monster clone than a Red Bull clone. And the most similar thing I can taste to it is a Monster variation. So maybe if Monster has a bit too much sugar, is a bit expensive, you know, it's $1.35 for a regular Monster, or if it's a bit too sort of intense tasting, then give this a go, because this is like a watered down, cheaper sort of Monster. So yeah, we'll try the sugar-free one, see how that compares to the Monster Absolute Zero, which is what I'm going to expect it to be like, having tried that one. Not going to expect it to be like Ultra. Oh. Okay. I think I spoke a little bit too soon, because I opened that and I thought, that smells like Ultra. And I poured it out and it looks like Ultra. Yeah, it doesn't smell exactly like Ultra, but that's what it smells most similar to. Cheers. Now it does say new recipe on it. Whether that means this used to be like Absolute Zero, and now when you see that less and less and you see Ultra everywhere, they've made it more like Ultra, I don't know. But no one is going to expect to buy that and have it be a Monster Ultra clone. Nobody. ALDI, you need to put this in a white can. Have the same logo, same design, same everything, just put it in a white can instead of a black can, then people will know that this is what they're going to expect for 59p. Half the retail price of a white Ultra. Again, like this one, it tastes more like a bargain bin version, but it is literally half the price. You know, when we're looking at Boost, that's 50p, and it's in a 250ml can. You know, it's the same price as Rockstar. This is the same size can, and it's still closer in price to Boost than it is to Monster and Rockstar. So, you know, here the biggest difference is the price. We're not... Yeah. There's a bit of a strange slightly strange earthiness to this. It's not quite right. You know, I'm quite used to drinking Monster Ultra. There's like a sort of earthy taste. It's not quite right to it. But other than that, it's pretty similar. It's just not as strong tasting. I don't know if it's because, you know, they've thought Monster Ultra is a more subtle flavour, and they've tried to put a bit less sweetener in. They've tried to put a bit less flavouring in to make it sort of subtle and smoother, and then you've got like some of the flavours of the vitamins or something coming through, and it's tasting a bit earthy. I don't know, but it's not quite right. Well, it's not quite right, but it is very good. I think this is the first drink I've had that's tried to imitate Monster Ultra. So that in itself is commendable. I don't think I've had anything that's tried to knock that off. Overall, for the price of these, if you think you might like them, pick them up. If you're in ALDI anyway at the moment, shopping for essentials, you're not going to your usual shops for your usual energy drinks, you're not picking them up on the way to work or what have you. You're in ALDI, pick them up, 59p. I don't think you'll be disappointed for 59p. I don't think anyone's going to try these and say, oh yeah, that's going to replace my Monster. Anyone who drinks Monster every day isn't going to try these and say, oh yeah, that's going to replace it every day. But for 59p, I don't think you'll be disappointed with these. I don't think they'll change your mind about anything, but I think you'll probably pick them up once or twice in the future, just because they're so cheap and they're there in ALDI anyway. If you're shopping there anyway, that's quite handy. Yeah, I know. I think I'll be picking up this one when I see it. Now it would be good if ALDI kept them in fridges, because then if you do pass an ALDI, because they're opening up more ALDIs in city centres now. If you do pass one when you're going to work, you could pop in and get one from the fridge or something. Other than that, you just put it in the fridge when you get home. That's the only thing. You can't really sort of impulse buy these because they won't be in a fridge. I know some ALDIs do have a bit of a fridge. Maybe if they could keep a couple of the sugar-free ones in the fridge there, I think that'd be a good thing. You know, they got iced coffees and that sort of stuff in. You know, this isn't any different really when it comes down to it. So yeah, yeah, give it a go. If you think you'll be into it. If you're not into energy drinks, thanks for watching the video anyway. Thanks everyone else for watching the video anyway. Stay safe and we'll see you next time. Cheers.